Hello, and thank you for watching this video. I have never before talked much about my story, and I'm not going to start from the beginning because it will be too long. I'm turning 56 years old today. Thanks God. It will be a lengthy presentation. Well, I'm a Colombian immigrant. I have lived in the United States since 1991, so that's almost 30 years. It's going to be 30 years on January of next year. As an immigrant, I had numerous types of jobs, gigs, you name it. I have worked in cleaning, uh, serving gas at a gas station, in a flea market. I have waited tables, and you name it. I have done warehouse work. Anyway, uh, I was in the logistics industry for about 25 years. I started from the very bottom. I started as a warehouse worker. From there, I learned how to drive a truck. It was not a small truck. It was a big truck, but it was not the one that turns. That the cabin turns. It was a straight truck, but the big one, the 26,000 pounds or about, with air brakes. And throughout the years, I had some success in my career, and I became a messenger for a custom house broker. With the time, I became an agent. Then after being an agent, I became a supervisor, and then an operations manager. That ended when they sold the company that transported the flowers. I was doing flowers back then. The flowers were taken from Colombia and Ecuador to Dallas. I was in Dallas at that time, and they sold the airline to UPS because they needed the routes. So this UPS decided they're not going to do more flowers, So I got stuck there. So I decided I'm not going to take a risk, and I came back to Florida where I still live. And well, I didn't take the risks that time, but I'm going to tell you about the risks that I took later. Uh, I came back here and I ended up working for several companies. I ended up working for a company in the foreign trade zone for almost 9 years, and I enjoyed it. I had my last freight forwarding job a couple of years ago, and the last company that I was working for in the industry was a company that uh, manufactured clocks in China and sold them to big retailers like Walmart and so on. Anyway, all that happened, and I was actually, I was a little on the ceiling. I like touched the ceiling of the salary wise, and it's not a great amount. It's not a wonderful amount. It's not an outrageous amount. It's not a crazy amount. What you can make doing logistics, unless you have a president or vice president position, in a company, or you own your own company. And there's a word that I don't like to use. Is the word unfortunately. But unfortunately, on 2017, I was uh, diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. It was a big deal to me. At 53, I still have things to do, and then they come and give me this diagnosis. I think that I think that my days of being able to be independent were over with, and in fact, the illness started progressing like very rapidly. So I had to see several neurologists. I saw probably two or three, but while I was doing that, I started doing my research, and I joined the Michael J. Fox Foundation. They connected me with a research study in the area, not too far from where I live. And I'm into the second year of treatment. I'm feeling much better. There's things that people take for granted, walking normally, this shakiness, these tremors, they're not easy to deal with. And the and the side effects of the drugs for Parkinson's. They also have, they're not easy to deal with, but the illness itself is difficult. It's difficult, like every illness, I guess. So this is my new normal, and I decided that I didn't want to work in logistics anymore. After one day, somebody called me and told me to come to this interview. It was a fast-paced industry, the logistics industry. Everything is urgent. Everything is time. Everything is based on time. So at 54 years old, with Parkinson's disease, being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, I decided that I was going to become an insurance agent, a health insurance agent, to be specific. So I joined this company, U.S. Health Advisors. You thinking that I was crazy for doing that? Yeah, well, I guess I just didn't want to work for anybody else anymore. I couldn't take the stress, and here I am. I feel this is my call, helping people find affordable health care for them and their families. And I still enjoy my life, my friends, my family. Despite my illness, I take care of myself. I don't have a stress, which is something that we don't need anyway. So I'm doing something that I enjoy, and I don't have a stress. It was a win-win for me anyway. So to wrap this up, I just basically wanted to tell, especially my PD warriors out there, that there's hope. Never give up. Keep fighting and be aware of the new advances that made available to you, the new treatments and research studies that are available. Because I'm sure that if I could make it, you can make it too. These things, this movement you take for granted, you don't know one day you're not going to be able to do that anymore. So you do your research. Keep looking for the new medical technology. There's new advances every day. Don't give up. And you're not alone in this fight. If you need any advice about health insurance, I can help you. I'm licensed in a lot of the states of the United States. If I don't have the answer, I will look for it. If you have any questions about Parkinson's disease, I have some experience with it too, so I can help you with that too. You take care. God bless you. And thank you again for watching. Oh, if you want to contact me, I'll probably post, somewhere here the information. So you can look me up in Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and my own page at U.S. Health Advisors.